The night was inky black as I drove along the desolate stretch of highway, the dim glow of my headlights cutting through the darkness like a feeble beacon. Rain tapped persistently on the windshield, a relentless reminder of the isolation that surrounded me. The only company was the rhythmic hum of the engine and the occasional howl of the wind. As the road stretched endlessly before me, I noticed a figure materializing through the curtain of rain. A hitchhiker, shrouded in the shadows of the night. I hesitated for a moment, the rational part of my mind cautioning against picking up a stranger in the middle of nowhere. Yet, a fleeting sympathy overpowered reason, and I slowed to a stop beside the solitary figure. The hitchhiker, drenched and disheveled, approached with an eerie calmness. I rolled down the window, raindrops spattering the interior of my car. She was young, her eyes hollow and distant, as if holding secrets from a world beyond the living. "Need a ride?" I called out over the storm, expecting a nod or a simple word of gratitude. Instead, the ghostly hitchhiker silently entered the car, the raindrops sliding off her form as if reluctant to linger on the spectral presence. I studied her, a shiver traversing my spine. There was something unsettling about the way she sat, her gaze fixed on the road ahead as if lost in the labyrinth of her own thoughts. The air inside the car seemed to thicken with an unspoken heaviness, and I questioned the wisdom of my impulsive decision. Silence enveloped us like a suffocating fog, broken only by the symphony of rain on the roof. I attempted small talk, but the hitchhiker remained eerily silent, her gaze fixed on the road ahead. After an unsettling stretch of quietude, she finally spoke, her voice a hollow whisper that seemed to emanate from the depths of the abyss. "You're wondering why I'm here?" I glanced at her, unnerved by the accuracy of her assumption. "Yeah, I guess I am. What's your story?" Her eyes, windows to a world unknown, met mine. "I was like you once, living, breathing, but that was a lifetime ago. I died on this very road, left abandoned by someone I thought I could trust." The confession hung in the air like a phantom, and a chill danced down my spine. "What happened?" Her gaze turned distant, as if she were reliving a nightmare. "He was no ordinary man. A dark force possessed him, and he betrayed me, leaving me here to meet a fate far worse than death." The ominous gravity in her words was impossible to ignore. I gripped the steering wheel, my knuckles turning white. "What do you want from me?" The hitchhiker's spectral eyes bore into mine. "I need you to listen, to bear witness to my tale. The darkness that consumed him still roams these roads, preying on unsuspecting souls. I aim to expose its malevolence, to free the spirits ensnared by its grasp." A shudder passed through me as I realized the depth of the horror that had hitched a ride in my car. The road stretched endlessly before us, a path fraught with the unknown. The hitchhiker began to narrate her tragic saga, a tale of betrayal, dark rituals, and an insidious force that hungered for more than mortal suffering. Her words painted a canvas of despair, each syllable etched with the anguish of a soul caught between worlds. As the narrative unfolded, a spectral presence seemed to linger in the car, as if the darkness that had claimed her in the past had seeped into the very fabric of the vehicle. Shadows danced in the corners of my vision, and I felt a weight on my chest, a suffocating pressure that mirrored the oppressive silence. The rain intensified, a torrential symphony that mirrored the tempest of emotions within the car. The hitchhiker spoke of rituals conducted under the guise of camaraderie, a twisted dance with forces beyond mortal understanding. Her voice quivered as she recounted the moment of her betrayal, the cold blade of betrayal severing the fragile thread of her mortal existence. As we delved deeper into the heart of her torment, the atmosphere in the car became charged with an otherworldly energy. I glimpsed fleeting apparitions in the periphery, faces twisted in agony, hands reaching out from the shadows. The darkness, ever present, seemed to awaken in response to the tale being spun. The hitchhiker's narrative reached its climax, a crescendo of despair that echoed through the confines of the car. "He left me here, my soul tethered to this forsaken road, but I will not rest until the darkness that claimed him is banished from this realm." The weight in the car became unbearable, and a palpable tension hung in the air. The hitchhiker's hollow eyes bore into mine, a silent plea for redemption. I felt an inexplicable responsibility, a duty to help her confront the malevolence that had ensnared her in its unrelenting grip. As her tale concluded, the rain began to subside, and the hitchhiker's form flickered like a fading specter. She turned to me, her gaze holding a mixture of gratitude and sorrow. "You have the power to break the cycle, to free the spirits condemned by the darkness. But beware, for malevolence is cunning and tenacious." With those cryptic words, the hitchhiker dissolved into mist, leaving behind a lingering chill that echoed the tragic narrative she had shared. The oppressive silence lifted, replaced by the hum of the engine and the steady patter of residual raindrops. I drove on, the weight of the hitchhiker's tale etched into the very fabric of the car. The road stretched ahead, a path fraught with the unknown and the unseen. The malevolence that haunted these desolate stretches would not be easily vanquished, but the ghostly hitchhiker had imparted a mission, one of exposing the darkness that thrived on betrayal and breaking the chains that bound tormented souls to an eternity of suffering. The night embraced me, the car a vessel carrying the weight of a ghostly tale and the responsibility to confront the malevolence that lurked in the shadows. The road, once solitary and desolate, now seemed teeming with unseen spirits, their silent cries for redemption echoing in the haunting stillness of the night.